Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at tape emulation. I used to have, back in the day, an Otari MX5052B, and I missed that tape machine. Quarter-inch reel-to-reel, had a splicing block on it, you name it, all that kind of stuff. And it was great. And I miss it. I miss it. And you forget about the sound of tape until you actually go back into it again and go, you know what, that did actually add some great color and flavor and those kind of things. And I thought, well, maybe it's time now. There's definitely a number of products out there. I went and grabbed a couple of demos. This one from Black Rooster Audio. It's called Magnetite. And the Kramer master tape over here on the left. Now, I've gone back to a track that we've used before. This is our metal guitars, so there's rhythm guitars and lead guitars in there. The first one we'll look at is just the rhythm. So I've had a little bit of a play around with the tracks and both tape machines just to see where I think they kind of suit and how they work. And just remember, this is only guitars so far. You can use this on vocals, you can use it on anything, drums. You got to remember with tape, you're dealing with not just color, but you're also dealing with saturation. So you're actually going to get some compression out of the tape as well. So it's another alternative to a compressor in some respects. It'll deal with things differently than a machine would do. As this is tape, this is magnetic flux and all that kind of stuff that just sounds interesting and different. So you be the judge. You close your eyes and listen unbiasedly, pun intended. So we'll flick on the Kramer tape machine and have a listen to those rhythm guitars and see what we've got, eh? Now that's versus the original, which was this. Now you guys might find yourself in this situation too. You've got DI'd guitars and you've got an amp emulation and you just want a little bit more life or a little bit more color out of it. And this is what we had originally. So you can hear it, right? So let's put on the 15 ips. We first of all was 7.5. So let's see if we can get a little bit more top end back with it. Versus the 7.5 again. So you've got color already. You've got top end. You can roll it off or bring it back. So that's interesting. So let's turn that one off. We'll have a look at the Magnetite from Black Rooster Audio. Turn that one on. So here's one I found that was kind of similar. We'll start it off the same way. So the red reel seems quite hot. So for levels and whatnot. So let's just have a little listen to that at 7.5 ips. Versus the original. Okay. Let's turn it back on and go to 15 ips on that one. Sure. What I actually ended up liking was the blue tape running at 7.5 inches per second. So let's have a look. Versus the original. So that was the one I actually settled on, to be honest. The blue tape running at 7.5 inches per second. Now, those being rhythm guitars, and you might not want as much top end in it, well, change the speed, lower the speed, so you got more sound on the tape, virtual tape, than you do if you're running it at a higher speed, so it does sound different, and you do lose a little bit of that top end. If you want to take a little bit more off, change the bias, take it away from normal, add +3 or +5, and you'll find that top end will roll off a little bit more. The thing I like about this, and it is on both of them actually, you can actually link the record and playback levels. So it makes it easy that if you're turning up the record level, the saturation on the tape, or turning it down, the playback level actually adjusts and keeps it all in line. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, so we've got our lead guitar. So again, it's split left and right, not quite as hard panned as those rhythm guitars. And let's put on the Kramer master tape. So that's at 15 ips. So you want to probably keep a little bit of that extra top end in there versus the 7.5 on the lead guitar. That does emphasize the mid-range a little bit more, but I would probably keep it there, to be honest, versus the original. Back on again. So there we go. Right, the Magnetite, let's have a little look at that one. Again, that red tape seems to work quite well for the lead guitar because it's got that extra brightness and that extra color, I think. It kind of just helps it sit in place. So let's have a little listen to that at 15 ips. Versus the original. And as I was saying before, you can just drop that if you think it's just a little bit too much top end, just drop it down 7.5 ips. Or again, you can keep it at 15 ips if you like, and then just add a little bit more bias. There's so much versatility, and we've only just looked at electric guitars, but the saturation that you get out of that, the color that it adds, you think of being able to add this color to any sort of audio that you've got, just to be able to tone down some of that top end or just bring it up in your face. To me, those guitars just have more body with the Magnetite. They've just got more body. They've got more oomph where you need it, and I think the quality of the tape that it brings is perfect. Well, there you go, guys. You've got a couple of options to look at. Go and trial them for yourself. I really like the Magnetite because it gives you the flavor options that you've got. So if this isn't working for that, hey, I haven't even got into the fact of putting this black tape here at 7.5 ips on a snare drum. You've got to try that. Even a lifeless snare drum, you'd be surprised what it can do when you just crank up that record level a little bit. I'll say no more. I won't spoil the fun for you. But guys, I hope this video it's a rough side-by-side comparison. There are two different machines, and that's okay. But I hope it's been helpful in you guys making a decision, one, whether the tape emulation is something for you, and if it is, where should you go? Where should you spend your money? Do you spend hundreds of dollars on this, or do you spend less and get a very versatile product? That choice is yours. All right, guys. Hey, give us a thumbs up if you like the video. If we've done anything today worthy of a subscription, we'd love to have you on the team. And I'll be hanging out in the comments section below. We'll catch you soon. Cheers.